I'm Danielle. I'm a student physical therapist, and I'll be working with you today.
Okay.
So today we're going to go over our test cranial nerve 3, which is the ocular motor. It is mainly motor with a few autonomic parasympathetic components. So in order to do that, the first test, I will just have you look straight at me, and I'm going to look for any symmetry in her eyelids, eyes, and any dilation of her pupils. Good. So the next test is called the H test. Without moving your head, I'm just going to have you follow my finger. And this is testing for the muscles of the eye, which is innervated by cranial nerve number 3. And it innervates extraocular muscles, and it also controls the reflexive constriction of the pupil. So the next test, speaking of reflexes, is all you're going to do is look at me. And I'm going to see if our pupils dilate or constrict when I flash light in. Good. And then one more time. Good. So the next test involves near and far. So she's going to switch from a near object to a far object. So first look at the pen, then look at me. The pen, then at me. Good. And then the last one, just look at the pen only. Good. So now to talk about the nucleus of cranial nerve number 3. The first one is the ocular motor nucleus in the anterior midbrain, mainly specifically the pontomesencephalic junction. The parasympathetic nucleus of the cranial nerve number 3, also known as Edinger-Westphal nucleus, is also in the midbrain. There are 3 reflexes that cranial nerve 3 provides the efferent component of it. The first one is the pupillary reflex, which synapses in the Edinger-Westphal nucleus, also known as EWN, and it constricts the ipsilateral eye of where the eye or the light is shown in the eye. The second reflex is the consensual reflex. Again, it synapses in the EWN, and that one constricts the contralateral eye from where the light was shown in the eye. And then the other one, the accommodation reflex, has to do with the near and far target, having the pupil go back and forth, and then that involves the medial rectus muscle. So some of the extraocular muscles that cranial nerve number 3 innervates is the superior rectus, which elevates the eye, the inferior rectus, which depresses the eye, the medial rectus, which adducts the eye, the inferior oblique, if the eye is adducted, then it will elevate the eye. If the eye is abducted, then it will rotate the eye. The levator palpebrae, which elevates the eyelid, and the pupillary sphincter ciliary, which constricts the pupil, and that also increases the curvature of the lens. And that is it for cranial nerve number 3 for today.